5.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Donnie Matthews here with Liam Mears. Time for some high school football junior action and playoff start today. We've got the 2 versus the 3 seed, and this is this is the 1 versus the 4. St. Mary's coming in at the 1 seed, White Pines in the 4, and this game is brought to you by Algoma District School Board.
Yeah, I'm glad to see a nice day of football here. Hopefully ahead of us. No rain. Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood.
It's supposed to be pretty brutal coming up here.
You know what though? It was exciting to see some rain games this year. Not an opportunity you get a lot, and just watching the ability to react to adversity. Sorry, but
Unfortunately, with the seniors, that one game we were here till 11:30
that
at
was
night.
a-
It
that
took
was a
away
rough
from
game.
a great game.
That was it. That was a rough game. Yeah, a little bit of weather, too much weather there. But this should be a good matchup today. I mean, the obvious underdogs, White Pines. They've done it in the past. They've had their runs. A couple people remember a few years ago when they took a game over to Cora and gave them a run for their money. And you just can't count out that coaching staff and the feeling of the underdogs. It makes you fight a little bit harder. So let's see what they can bring to the table here today.
Yeah, it all starts with Seamus Cochran, right? If he's able to manage the football and kill a lot of time off this clock, you don't want to give the ball to St. Mary's. Obviously, they're the number 1 seed. They're the favorites coming in here. But if Seamus Cochran can limit turnovers and control the game and be a good game manager quarterback, White Pines will be just fine.
Yeah, absolutely. The ability to not only run the ball effectively, as we know White Pines is a heavy run set, but in the previous few weeks, watching them come out here and attempt to put the ball in the air a little bit is what's going to set the game apart from previous games for them today versus an offense like St. Mary's that has had a huge run game attack with Adam Provenzano and Dylan Dewar back in the lineup today. They've also effectively been able to go through the air. A couple quarterbacks playing for them. Regan DeZordo has been out there on the roster, and I'm not sure whether or not he's playing here today, but following him up, Landon Sherrod with another appearance there in the backfield.
Yeah, we've seen both of them in and out of quarterbacks, so.
Never mind. So DeZordo apparently will not be playing today, but looks like we're probably going to see Corcoran then in the backfield for the Knights. Kicking off here, that's number 13, William Watts. Kicking off, looks like 13, and cannot see the other number of the second White Pines returner. Actually, yeah, Landon Davidson and Gage Pine, but it's fielded by number 7 for the Knights. That's Todd Letchilman.
That was a whack right there.
Yeah, it was a good way to hold on to the ball. St. Mary's number 54 on the tackle. That's Mateo DeLuzio.
Yeah, Talda Chimlin just picked that up after I couldn't see the initial number that dropped it, but good job by him to scoop it up and fall on that football.
Yeah, and the story of the day today is it's not going to be whether or not White Pines can stop St. Mary's. It's whether or not they can score on them. This St. Mary's defense has just been outstanding so far this year. That linebacker core with Russell Pine and DeLuzio out there. You've also got number 55, Ashton Neufeld. It's just a force to be reckoned with. The defensive line as well, having multiple big stands this year, and let's see what they're capable of. Corcoran in the gun. 4. Holy cow. Hands it off to Todd Letchilman, who finds a hole. Short gain.
Wrapped up right by Neufeld.
Neufeld there with the tackle.
Yeah, you're talking about that linebacking core, and then you also got good corners that come and support the run. And obviously, White Pines, they like to run to the outside. They like to run outside the tackles. And they got Mason Mazuka out there, who's had a tremendous year, who is fantastic at flying down the edge.
Yeah, Mazuka and Frazier both. And on the other side there, Caleb Kulina at the corner, and Cochran again in the gun. Spread to his left. He drops back. Ball's tipped at the line, almost intercepted. Number 60, Matthias Wellwood-Polkinen with the tip. Good play there. That's that defensive line I was talking about.
Yeah, good active hands, right? The defensive line coaches always teach their ends, right? If you can't get to the quarterback, read the quarterback's eyes and put your arms in the passing lane.
Absolutely.
So good job there by Wellwood-Polkinen, and now it's going to be a 3rd and about 9 here for the Wolverines.
Luke Cady also playing a nickel-type position out there for the Knights. And they hand off the sweep to number 3. Eventually, almost shakes Deluzio's tackle. That's Aiden DaCosta with the carry. It's going to be a loss, and it'll set up 4th and long for the Wolverines. And yeah, out comes the punt team here. I believe, I forget who their punter is actually.
Before Aiden DaCosta had nowhere to go. I mean, that defensive line from Mary's swarmed him immediately after he touched that football. And we've seen that Mary's defensive line win time and time again so far this year. So nothing new there, but good attempts from the Wolverines as they tried to get a little something going through the air.
Mazuka and Kimbuli back to return the punt. White Pines does have an onside player. They boot it to Mazuka's side. Lands in bounds. Good bounce. Mazuka cuts back to the field. He's got room. 2 defenders to beat. It's a race to the outside. And yeah, there's a big block in the back penalty against number 87. That's Brody Busno. I mean, hey, way to sell out for your team. That's going to actually back up the Knights, give them some good field position. Way by Max Nolan also to chase down there for the tackle.
Yeah, Mazuka looked like he was going to bring it up a little bit more, and obviously good job there to seal the edge and not let him get around you, but blocking the back's just not gonna help.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, they teach us at the next level and even in senior football that you just got to, you know, run in front of them with your arms up, and what happens then happens. But now you've cost your team 15 yards, and it's actually going to put St. Mary's in their own, close to their own territory. But it's going to give White Pines a little bit more of something to grab onto, and let's see what they can do here with this shot on defense.
Yeah, it's never great starting in your own territory if you're a defense, but it's what you do next, right? You know a run's coming first play to Provenzano. You know that's what's happening. You got to cave this box and stuff it up.
Yeah, it is Chirot under center for the Knights. It's a handoff to Provenzano on first down. He's breaking tackles. He's getting away. Breaks another and is finally brought down by Max Nolan.
What makes him so prolific, Donnie, is just every time you get a hand on him, he always is moving his legs, and it's just so hard for the first guy to bring him down. And right there you could see it. He makes a move at the line of scrimmage, and 2 White Pines guys make contact before they're able to actually bring him down.
Yeah, Provenzano, a player who I had the privilege of coaching in the Sioux Minor Football League, has just developed so much into a good young running back. And, yeah, the way he keeps his center of balance low and is able to break a tackle, it just really shows you how good of a back he is. And here goes Dewar to the outside, shakes one defender, attempts to shake another, but DaCosta able to bring him down well after the first down. Good run by Dewar. You know,
about 10 yards and a first down.
Hand it over to William.
Yeah, I mean, Donnie, one thing I'm noticing just right away, and we've watched them do this all year, is that they have their running back so close to the quarterback even when they're in the single back set. So you get that pitch and automatically you're already getting to the edge quicker, right? You're already getting that football quicker than you're supposed to. So, and obviously with a guy like Dylan Dewar, when he gets the edge, it's so difficult to track him down. So.
And there they go back to Provenzano again on first down. He's wrapped up. He's going to fall forward for a short gain, but I believe that was 99 on the tackle. Or sorry, that was 56. That's Jackson Klein.
That was a nice play by Jackson Klein, slipping a block and then we talked about getting your hands on Provenzano early, and he just wrapped him up, and it was only him that brought him down. So good work there from Klein.
All right, they're going to stay in the same 2-back set with 2 wings. Chirot under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Dewar. A little bit of a power motion, and he's brought down at the line as well. Klein in there again. Also, Chance Pregent Zach with the assisted tackle. It's going to be 3rd down for the Knights.
Good job by this Wolverines defensive line, collapsing the middle and recognizing where that football's going right away. So, I mean, 3rd down is always where you want to be on defense, and you got a chance to get your offense on the field here.
Yeah, absolutely. A short line to gain, but let's see what they can do. Chirot recognizing the blitz, letting everybody know, possibly changing the play. Takes the snap, hands it off to Dewar, who's met in the backfield. Number 94, that's Max Nolan with a big tackle. 44 also in there. We don't have a name for 44, but he was in on the tackle. Nice stop there. It looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Well, this is ideal if you're White Pines, right? Like, Dewar tries to slip to the outside, but Max Nolan just containing, right? Not leaving your assignment, and then making a good, strong tackle and bringing down Dewar. So,
And this
4th
is
and 2 here.
Yeah, this is a big 4th down here for both teams. They hand it off to Provenzano, who's got a huge hold of the outside. It's a race to the cone. Throws a little move. And it's going to be close. They're calling him just short. Run out of bounds by Gage Pine. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line
They marked it just shy
for the Knights.
of the end zone.
You know, and you just can't allow that big of a hole to open on 4th down, and especially just at all against a back like Provenzano, who's going to make you pay.
Ethan Elliott opened up that hole for Provenzano as he sealed it. Oh my God, he sealed it off the right side of the line. I think that's not even English, but did a great job with the peel back block, and then
It just took our breath away with how good the block was.
it really did. It got me stuttering.
All right, Gerard under center, hands it off, and Dewar just
Touchdown,
easy
St.
walk in.
Mary's.
Once again, great blocking up front by the offensive line.
1-yard scamper.
It's going to be a 6-0 lead now for the Knights, and the extra point here pending. I believe, I forget who their place kicker is as well. I believe it's 13.
That was a terrific job by the whole right side of the line. Dewar was able to walk up to the line of scrimmage because the line was already 3 yards down the field into the end zone. William Watts.
Yeah, same as the kickoff place kicker.
Oh, high
A
snap.
little bit of a fire drill. Luke Cady going to take it to the outside, breaks a tackle, breaks a second, and is in for the good 2-point conversion.
2-0.
Showing his speed there. Luke Cady, younger brother of Tyler Cady,
Crawford is good.
the linebacker for the Senior Knights.
I really like that play by Luke Cady. That was a high snap, and instead of trying to even put it down for his kicker to go, he looks like it's a little bit of laundry here. So,
Oh yeah, hold on. Let's see what the flag is on the field. You know, it's harder to notice from up here, but you can't as much see the pink as you would think. Hold on.
no, it's going to be on St. Mary's, so that's not going to count. It's going to push him back.
Actually, that's a really good situation to be in there for White Pines, and in a playoff game, every point counts, and being able to hold them out of an extra point is going to be huge.
In a game like this, special teams especially is so critical, right? You cannot make the errors of what St. Mary's got away with one right there in terms of they snapped the ball high, and then it was just a great play by Luke Cady to make something out of nothing. It's going to redo it, I think. It was
Actually, I
offsetting.
think it's going to back them up as well. Or
I think it was
maybe,
offsetting.
maybe because they got it.
So,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention to what he said. Uh-oh.
But
Well, looks like St. Mary's is going to reattempt the kick, and I don't see them faking it twice. So, yeah, we'll just see a traditional
there we go.
extra point here. A little bit of an odd hold by Katie there, but hey,
He's
the
standing
kick is
up.
good.
So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this, Donnie. When I'm talking about special teams as super important to a game, you just were in Windsor.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was last weekend.
Yep.
And I watched most of that game, and the play that it killed you guys was the fake punt.
Yeah.
Where your whole special teams turned their back to the ball, and it wasn't even a fake, but he just recognized that and walked right up.
Well, you know, Cameron St. Kitts Park, the punter and, all-star wide receiver for St. Clair, yeah, he just he'd been looking at it all game and being a little patient with how quick he got the ball off, and he was reading our punt team. And as we kept thinking that he was just going to kick it, eventually he was able to tuck it and run. As you said, everyone bailed a little too fast and was able to pick up a big first down there. But you know, they're just a great team. They were able to bring the game to us at the end, and we almost caught them on their heels, but. You know, St. Clair, really experienced coaching staff, just able to bring that one home. But keep your eyes on the Cougars, ladies and gentlemen, because I promise you we're not happy with that, and we're not done yet.
You guys played a really, really good game, and I was just more meaning that from a knock in the wind out of your sails. You guys were mounting a little bit of a comeback, and then just for that third down fake punt, it just, for me, at least watching, it felt like, shoot.
Yeah. It was a little bit of a mental turning point and a big mental error just by our punt return team. But, you know, it's nothing that we didn't already correct and nothing you won't see different next year. Nice kick there. This one's fielded by Todd Lachilman again. Tries to go to the outside. He's wrapped up by Daniel Frazier.
That's a really good tackle there by Daniel Fraser, exploding through Talda Chilman and just driving him into the ground for not much of a return.
Yeah, it's really important, especially when you're going up against someone bigger than you. Like Todd Chillman's got a little bit of size there on Frazier, and he was just able to come at him with power and, you know, make sure he didn't field a big return there. But White Pines with some really good field position here up near their own 50-yard line.
Yeah, that penalty pushed St. Mary's all the way
the
back, so
kickoff,
they were
that's
kicking
right.
from their, what, 35?
Yeah, they were kicking from their 35 there, which is, you know, you just don't want to have to kick from there. But, okay, back in the stacked offense, Corcoran in the gun. Takes the snap, hands it off, and Todd Chillman's met in the backfield by Neufeld.
What a
What a blitz.
play.
I saw it there out of the corner of my eye. He just timed it perfectly to be able to run right through the A-gap.
Was watching
Wow.
Ashton Neufeld right there from the moment that Cochran started his cadence, and he shot the gap with perfect timing. And there was just nowhere for Talda Chillman to go. So terrific first down there for the Knights, and obviously if you're the Wolverines, you're maybe get them with a hard count or something now.
Yeah, maybe.
Try to get those
Just
yards
forgot I was
back.
doing stats too. Whoops. All right, spread look here. They go with the screen.
Nice little swing pass out to number 3, Aiden DaCosta.
Aiden DaCosta had nowhere to go again. This Mary's defense is relentless. One guy touches him, and then there's another guy right there. So difficult to get any yards after the catch.
Yep. It's just, you know, they're White Pines, you're trying to attack them on all fronts. Just trying to get something going in the pass game with a simple screenplay, but, you know, maybe you want to attack more downfield here on this 3rd and long.
And I know it's only been 2 drives here for the Wolverines, but I'm surprised we haven't seen Cochran run the football yet.
Well, here we go. Little reverse action, and in the backfield, taken down. 45 for the Knights. That's Dean McCarthy. Little bit of an assist there from Wellwood Polkanen.
Corbin Lesage, number 4, with the carry.
I don't even know what you can do there. It was blown up before the play was even before the second handoff was really even fully completed.
Yeah.
Like Dean McCarthy was all over that, and good job by them to recognize it. I mean, they've played Cora, and Cora likes to run that crossing play a lot, so they recognized it right away and
I believe on the other side
blew it up for what'll be a 3 and out.
back for the Knights.
Nice punt there by Yusuf Mohammed Shafarez. Ooh, it's fielded by Kimbuli, who takes off up the sideline, and he's got room. Kimbuli, turf monster, getting him down there on the field, but good return nonetheless.
22 yards.
I mean, we've seen Dominic Kimbuli return so many kicks this year, involved in the run game. He plays wide out as well. Like, we know his speed, and unfortunately for him, he really wanted to make that cut to the middle of the field, but just the turf monster got him.
Yeah, unfortunately there he did.
And like you said, special teams being important, that's a really good return, and it sets your offense right up on the 34-yard line.
Yeah, of course, and St. Mary's here with their best field position of the day, and it's going to make the job really easy for Trot. Kept wanting to call him Corcoran, but Trot hands it off to Provenzano, who reads his blocks patiently, finds a lane to the outside, and he's taken off, and it's just a foot race, and you know, the Provenzano gene, he's gone. Nice 33-yard touchdown for Adam Provenzano.
That was a great vision by Provenzano to recognize that that middle of the field was not there and just used his good vision to bounce it to the outside, put his foot in the ground, and then once he got to the outside, no one was catching him in a foot race. Good pursuit by Landon Bello, just not enough to catch Provenzano.
It's going to be... Yeah, it's Watts out again for the extra point. And it's another one good for the Knights. Going to kick off again here to the Wolverines. And yeah, just so far it's been a one-sided game, which is a little unfortunate, but you know, keep your eyes open because come from behind wins are possible, and as long as the Knights don't put 35 up, you know, the Wolverines, of course, always stand a chance.
For sure. You never can rule anything out in a football game.
No, of course, never.
Right.
Never.
So, Donnie, how many times have in the middle of October, have we been able to wear a T-shirt here? In
You know
Sault
what?
Ste. Marie?
I was gonna say that
Like,
earlier.
are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's wonderful weather out here today at Sergeant John Fott Field, and like Liam said, just not typical Sioux football October weather. You know, in the city final games I played in, having to be in a sweatshirt or long sleeve of some sort just because it was so incredibly cold. You know, we had a blizzard the one year in city finals, and
These kids are being spoiled right now with the nice weather.
yeah, you know, they don't know what they're in for the next couple of years. Couple guys down there sporting T-shirts themselves, and I mean, I know they're a little bit hotter down there playing the game, but
Oh, I'm in my Joe Burrow jersey. I'm feeling great.
All right, Jared Goff, #1, baby. All right, let's see. Nice return there. Almost broke free. That was Gage Pine, and #8 on the tackle. That's Carter Tate making a play there for the Knights. Once again, some pretty decent field position at the 41 here for the Wolverines.
Yep, they're going to get another chance to see what Seamus Cochran can do, and I would love to see him actually run the football this drive. He's one of their best runners. He's one of the most powerful runners. So get him going between the tackles and see what you can do if you can get to a second level. Look at the difference between the benches with Marys and White Pines. Props to these kids for White Pines playing both sides of the ball, right? Like they literally just have 2 units.
Absolutely. I'll tell you, the physical and mental toughness it takes to attack a game with only 20 or 21 guys it takes a lot, but these guys just making it happen here. And the ball is tipped and nearly intercepted by Russell Pine. Once again, I believe that was...
It was Wellwood.
It was Wellwood poking it again, who's just having himself a bit of a game here in the pass rush.
And I mean, I'm watching it, and it's just like it's such good game recognition to try to get your hands in the lane, and you don't normally see that from a lot of high school rushers. They're trying to get to the quarterback because, let's be honest, everyone loves sacks. But if you could tip that ball in the air, you're creating a chance for your defense to create a turnover.
Corcoran here, airing it out. Oh, and it's almost caught by Toddla Chilman. Good coverage there by Mazuka. It was off his fingertips. Mazuka able to get a hand in there and break it up. Oh, goodness, that was a good pass.
Good route there from Toddla Chilman and good throw from Seamus Cochran. And, I mean, just good football play. Good defense from Mason Mazuka getting in there and pass a little PBU. So 3rd and 10 here for the Wolverines. Do you think they put this ball in the air?
Oh, absolutely. You know, Corcoran just showing right there that he can pass. They're also in their spread set. Corcoran drops back. Here's it out, the stop and go to Bell. Oh, sorry, to Gage Pine. And it's just out of his reach. Goodness. Once again, just Corcoran showing he can definitely dial up a ball downfield. And, man, I wish we saw a little more of that all season.
Yeah, I mean, good job by Caleb Kalina, the safety for the Knights, just recognizing the double move and staying back in his zone, not jumping up, falling for the curl. And then I like Seamus Cochran taking a chance, right? You just got to generate a little bit of offense here. So I like it. 3 straight passes, and he can throw this football. They just got to get him in a rhythm. What?
Oh, and the punt goes laterally out of bounds. Little unfortunate there for Mohamed Shafraz.
Yeah, he immediately just put his hands on his head. He was like, what just happened?
You know, it's frustrating when you I actually believe they're going to mark that punt there for...
Did that go behind him?
Well, no, because he was standing. This is the line of scrimmage, right? And he got a couple yards on it, but from the line of scrimmage, he is going to lose yardage, and, you know, just a little frustrating there for your punter. But, you know, their team's going to come and back him, and, you know, they understand mistakes happen. And what I say in football is what's important is understanding that when something happens, you can't control it anymore, and you just have to focus on what you can make happen next.
100%. It's going to be a timeout here from the Wolverines as they're going to try to talk about what's coming up here.
Yeah, earning a big defensive stop here is really important for the Wolverines. They're expecting heavy run as you see a lot of men on the line, but let's see maybe if the Knights try with a little bit of breathing room here to dial up something different. Tony Bonifero, a really experienced coach in the game, but let's see what he can make.
And you know what this might be as well. This might be giving your defense a little bit of a breather, right?
Yeah.
It's been 3 straight 3-and-outs for the Wolverines. Your defense has been on the field a fair bit here. just give them a little bit of a breather, right?
Exactly, especially with your starting quarterback going both ways.
Oh.
You got to take it a little easy.
Yeah.
We're also just going to take just a quick break here, so we'll be back in just a minute. Back, Chirot under center. He takes the snap. It's a handoff. Provenzano. Oh, sorry, he's passing downfield. It's caught. Number 99, Matthew Ciricelli. And it's a touchdown for the Knights.
Oh man, Chirot got you on that play fake. I was waiting to see until you noticed.
Dude, I actually had no clue. What are they on, the 31? Wow.
Great play action there from Landon Chirot and going over the top to Matthew Ciricelli and gonna extend this lead by 3 scores here.
When's the last time you saw number 99 catch a receiving touchdown? Oh, J.J. Watt. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's an odd number for a receiver, but nonetheless, good job going up the seam, and there was no one there as everyone was expecting a run to Provenzano, including us.
Yeah, no, I could have told you. And what really sold it is the play action. You know, something you don't often see in junior football. But as I said before, Tony Bonifero, an experienced coach, able to work some stuff like that in at the junior level. And I'm telling you, if this team goes on a run through NASA, Sudbury's going to have no clue what they're looking at. No, you don't start that. But yeah, just a good pitch and catch there by the Knights. Once again, just giving themselves a little more breathing room. And the Wolverines going to come out here. I'm sure you're going to see Corcoran again look to the air, something special they've been cooking up. They've already come to the reverse. So let's see what else they're able to make happen here.
Well, if you're the Wolverines, you got to open up this playbook. It's got to be as wide open as it's ever been this season.
I think they all understand that Wolverines going in as the double 4 seed again this year. They've just got to go out there and attack with everything they've got. They've got to claw at other teams like they're a bear, and it's just going to take absolutely everything in the tank to be able to squeeze out a win, and anything's possible. So let's see what they can make happen on this drive. Good kick there by Watts. It's behind all of the returners. Gage Pine having to go turn around for it. Misses the first tackle, spins out of the second, finally goes down with the third wave of kickoff players there. Probably the worst starting position now for the Wolverines, pinning them really deep.
That was just miscommunication from Talda Chilman and Gage Pine as they both looked at each other like, who's getting that football? And, I mean, good downfield coverage by the Knights, and yeah, this is by far the worst field position the Wolverines have had today, and that's not what they're looking for when they're trying to come back from 3 possessions.
No, absolutely not. And you can almost say that Watts set that up, kicking a couple dribblers short around the 35, making everybody play up, and then boom, you give your team a chance to go make a play, boot it over everyone's head, and possibly even go get a safety and just put more points on the board for the Knights. Clock ticking down. We've got 31 on the board. Corcoran in the gun in that heavy set. Takes the snap. They fake the jet. Corcoran keeps it on a QB power. Nice tackle there. It's Katie.
Nice play by Katie to recognize that Cochran still had that football as it was a fake to the right side, and Katie just hits Cochran nice and low. Obviously, there's a big size difference there, and
I'm telling you, too, I think that if Katie doesn't make that tackle, Corcoran gets out of the breaks for a nice 30-yard gain, because there was only one other guy over there, and that was Caleb Kalina out at corner. All right, Corcoran again in the spread set. Takes the snap, airs it out, 87, caught.
What a
brought down. I
tackle.
believe that was Katie on the tackle again. Good form tackle. Nice catch, though, by Brody Busno for a good couple yards, and the Wolverines officially marching.
Wellwood Pulkinen almost got his hands on that again, as he's recognizing when that's a pass play right to his side, and he's getting his hands in the lane. So,
yeah, as a pass rusher, sometimes you understand that a team's going to get the ball out a little too fast for you to get there. So you almost dance with the tackle and say, you know what, I'm tall enough to make this play, and I'm going to jump up there and go get it.
Yep, he is definitely tall enough and lengthy enough to get his arms up there and use that as a huge asset for him instead of not always getting to the quarterback.
All right, so let's see now. It's the last play there of the first quarter. We'd just like to shout out Deanna Moore's parents who are watching, or sorry, grandparents who are watching in from Newfoundland. So congrats on them on having a nice family here in the league, able to, produce some good athletes. And thank you again for tuning in. We appreciate your support.
It's always nice of people from afar to tune in and watch their grandkids and kids play.
All right, sorry. Okay, third down here. Looks like that was a gain of about 3, so it's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Wolverines.
Yep, 3rd and manageable here. This is what you want if you're the Wolverines, right?
Yep, they're going to stay in that spread look with Todd LeChilman and Gage Pine out to the left. Airs it out, and it's intercepted. Russell Pine, and he takes off to the pylon, and that's Russell Pine's 2nd pick 6 of the year.
Pick 6 for the Knights.
I'm watching that play, and like Seamus Cochran, he fit that ball in between about 8 arms that stood up there and were trying to knock that ball down, and it just fell right into Russell Pine's lap, and he was able to basically walk in. So
well, they've been running that all-out route and all hooks concept now for a couple plays, and Pine almost got his hands on one earlier, and he just recognized if I keep making this play out to the same area, one's going to come to me eventually. And good field position there for the Knights to be able to make a play on it, and he just takes it right to the house. I think he actually, how many pick sixes have there been in the junior league this year? I wonder if he is really leading.
There's been a lot of throwing in junior this year, more than I was expecting coming into broadcasting it.
Absolutely. It's just excited me how much passing we've seen this year in the junior leagues and the ability that all the teams have to attack the ball on 2 different fronts. So
it's a super important skill. You have to be able to run a passing offense when you're down in a football game. And obviously, it's still mostly heavy run games, right? It's a heavy run scheme for most teams, but the ability to be able to use the play action, it opens up the run game as well. So props to all of these teams. They do a really good job at mixing in run and pass, and it makes it way more exciting to watch, and it'll get these kids ready for grade 11 and 12, and hopefully things to come after that as well.
Absolutely. You look at the big passing teams in the previous years for the Sioux. You look, going back a number of years now to when I was still playing and would have been old enough for junior. You had Gabe Barkley and Jordan Robinson-Wright tearing up the league, and then after that you had the Matty Tucker era when he came in, and Dake Gauthier, and now just on his way out, Garen Pine. There have just been a lot of big passing teams lately in the Sioux, and we're just off to another return here for the Wolverines. Todd LeChilman able to scoop that one up. Breaks a couple of tackles. He's taken off. Todd LeChilman's got room, and it's him and the kicker. Watts off to a race. There's a holding down near the back, but Todd LeChilman shows his jets, and he gets into the end zones to officially give the Wolverines a shot.
Oh, man, I hope for Todd LeChilman's sake that this is going to be.
I also hope that flag is just maybe – they're kicking off from the 45, so hopefully that's just an offsides on the kickoff team, because you'd really like to see White Pines have a chance here getting on the board. That was just a great play by Todd LeChilman. Read his blocks perfectly, but let's see what they officially call that here.
Oh, touchdown.
It is ruled a touchdown for the Wolverines. Good return by Todd LeChilman. Kickoff return 7.
What a great run by Todd LeChilman, making like 5 people miss and then using his acceleration to get around the kicker, and putting the Wolverines on the board when they so desperately needed it.
Yeah, just absolutely good run there by Todd LeChilman, and you see everyone getting super excited for him as he was headed down the field there, and like I said, just gives them a hope that there is something to hold on to here in this game with these athletes that they have. And as I said, anything's possible, and as long as that clock doesn't go to straight time, any team has a chance.
Yeah, as soon as you get to that straight time part, it's so difficult to come back in the game, because even if you score a couple touchdowns, it's just the clock is running and running and running.
It doesn't stop, right?
right? Like it's almost impossible to make a comeback.
Yeah, with how fast the game is in the CFL, I'm surprised that they still keep that a definite rule. I think that if they were going to make any adjustments in the high school football leagues, that in playoffs it shouldn't be a rule. And it looks like the Wolverines are also going to go for 2. Corcoran takes the snap. They run QB power. He's got some room. Oh, but he's wrapped up. Deluzio, the first one in there. A few others in on that tackle, but, you know, you got to make gutsy calls in a game like this to win, and that's one of them. You take a chance there with Corcoran to get into the end zone, and I almost would have ran a speed option or had someone leak out there because that whole right side of the field was wide open.
Yeah, it looked like he had some blocks, but then obviously we talk about the linebacking core of St. Mary's and the defensive line, and they ultimately swarm Cochrane, and he has nowhere to go. So I like the call. I like trying to go for 2 and putting as much points up on the board as you can, because you know St. Mary's, they're going to score they're going to score, right? Their offense is terrific.
Yeah, of course.
So I like trying to put up as many points as you possibly can, even though it is in the second quarter.
Yeah, you know, you just it's one of those games where they're going to have to be, as I said, biting and clawing the entire time, and you need to start being aggressive now with things like 2-point conversions and just pulling out your playbook. Like, as I'll tell you, in a game that we just had, I think one of the things that maybe would have given us a little bit more of a foot up against St. Clair is taking chances earlier on. You know, we started to really dig deep in that second half there, but maybe if we came out with something a little more flashy there, like something gutsy in the second quarter, we would have been able to hold on a little more. But, you know, of course, we still had a wonderful game. It's just, you know, you can't win them all, but let's see if White Pines can slay the giant here today.
Would love to see a little bit of magic here early on. I think they might try to pooch this kick, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I would. Yep. In there, they dribble it up the middle, and it's off the hands. Carter Tate able to field it. Heads over, and he's just breaking tackles. Corcoran on the tackle, able to reel him in. Carter Tate there looked like he was getting away, showing some speed.
Yeah, good job by Seamus Cochran to get his hands on the legs, and I mean, you never know. I mean, Carter Tate's got good speed, and if he maybe gets by Cochran, he might have been able to get the edge there, and you never know what can happen after that.
I smell pizza.
I smell pizza too.
Oh, I think it just showed up probably.
I was going to say, it smells good up here.
Okay. First down, great field position here after the return by Tate. Sherrod under center. Drops back. Hears it out. Intended for Riley Grant, who takes it to the house. Touchdown, Knights.
What a good catch by Riley Grant. That was good coverage. That was good coverage by Gage Pine. He had his arms extended, and Riley Grant just won the battle for the football. Sorry, not Gage Pine. That was Aiden DeCosta in the coverage. So.
That was still great catch and run by Riley Grant, able to get in there. And
back-to-back opening play touchdowns for Marys, and both times play actions down the field. Really, really impressed with the throwing so far of Landon Sherrod, as he's put that ball where it's needed to be twice in his 2 pass attempts, and ultimately for him, he's getting some good stats out of it, as that's going to be offside, I believe, on White Pines.
You know, we would just like to shout out Riley Grant's mother, Talia, who had a surgery today, and I'm sure she's on the stream supporting her son, and just once again, I'm sure she's really glad to be able to watch him make that wonderful play there, and just shout out to her and being able to power through that surgery today. All right, but looks like they're going to decline that offside and just take the points there. Officially up now by 29.
Holy goodness.
Maybe they brought them a veggie tray.
I don't know.
I'd be that happy.
Someone got fired up down
there.
Hey,
Phil, that's how excited you'd be if you got a veggie tray? Yeah, they all agree down there. Maybe I'll see if I can pull us one for the second game.
That's how I'd be if Ray brought his homemade salami.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
When did I miss out on this?
You missed out on it a couple weeks ago.
What? Knew I should have just done
I got a homemade
Italian
meat from Ray. It was delicious.
Yeah.
It was my welcome to the Sioux moment.
You're welcome to the Sioux moment.
Yeah, I don't get that back in Carlton Place.
I love that. All right, well, after the wonderful play there by Riley Grant, it's going to be another kickoff here for the Knights. Wolverines set to return. You know, showing a little bit more of a deep set there, now that they understand what Watts' leg is capable of.
We saw it a couple times on the extra points as William Watts can really drive that ball downfield.
Yeah, he can. Oh, I didn't put that in. Uh-oh. Damn it.
Oh, that's good play there by James Agawa, just hopping on that football, not giving Mary's good field position again.
I would just like to say right now that Sherrod is 2 for 2, has close to 100 passing yards, and has 2 touchdowns. That's a pretty insane stat line for what a lot of people would assume is a third-string quarterback with not only DeZordo being out, but Cohen Keller also off the roster. Wow.
Next man up mentality. You see it all the time in football.
Absolutely. Just a great game for him so far, so shout out to Sherrod. Now, first down for the Wolverines. Corcoran in the gun. Takes the snap. They run the reverse. It's a flea flicker. He hears it out downfield. Oh, my goodness. And it's dropped by Gage Pine, who was wide open and would have taken off for a touchdown.
What a terrific job by the offensive line of the Wolverines there. That was a double reverse flea flicker back to Cochran. And Cochran still had time to step into the pocket and make a good throw down the field.
What
unfortunate
a play.
Gage Pine will want that one back for sure.
Oh, my goodness. Run it again. I'm running it right now again.
Yeah, no, that would be
that was electric. If that would have hit, I'd be jumping up and down. All right, the spread look to Corcoran's left. Takes the snap, drops back. He airs it out. It's over his head, and it's intercepted. Number 28 breaks a tackle, is fielding it. He's got room to run, makes a cut back. Is going to go the other way. That's Jarrett Solomon, who's finally brought down.
Picked off by 28, Jarrett Solomon.
44 on the tackle. Once again, we don't have a name for 44.
I think Solomon probably ran the length of the field right there, going back and forth, and ended up only getting 20 yards.
Yeah.
But good job by him.
He was doing gassers from the hash and back.
Yeah, and credit to the Mary's line there. They created all that pressure up front, and poor Cochran had 2 sets of hands right in his face, and ultimately when you're throwing under pressure like that, normally bad things are going to happen for your offense, and good things are going to be for the defense.
Yeah, you know, and White Pine's just trying to force the ball deep now, but man, Cochran's got the arm to do it.
Oh, I really wish that double reverse flea flicker would
Yeah,
have hit.
man,
That would have been unbelievable.
I'm still hung up on that, but Sherrod under center for the Knights. Takes the snap, opens up, hands it off. That's Carter Tate, who's hit first by Brody Marchand and is dragged down by 50, I believe it's 56. We have 2 56s. That's interesting.
That's Jackson Klein.
That's Klein on the tackle. I'm just noticing that, though.
Klein and Marchand.
I only have one.
Take him down.
Oh, well, look at you. Oh, is that 58? No, there's also a 58.
No, Brandon Boisonneau is 44.
Bosno's 44?
Yeah, look. On mine, I crossed it out.
Oh. Well, now we do know who 44 is. All right, Sherrod under center.
I guess I should have
Or
told.
no, sorry. There's Keller now in the game for the Knights. Back from injury. I didn't know about that. That's what happens when you miss a couple weeks of football, ladies and gentlemen. Things happen.
Yep, you've been out and about partying, Donnie, and
I have not been partying. I have been in college and dedicating my career to Sioux College football. But
as it's going to be a false start.
yeah, back up. The Knights 5. That is not 5. It's 4.
Yeah, I don't know why that didn't. Never seen a
okay.
4-yard penalty before.
Well, now it exists. Oh, it was 2nd and 9. Oh, so it's from point ball dead. Okay. Keller opens up, hands it off. Cut back. Tackle by number 18, Landon Davidson. That was Bobby Reel on the carry.
Bobby Reel trying to reverse fields like we've seen so many Knights do so far today when they have the football. And good job by White Pines to swarm it and keep their contained. It'll be about third and 6.
Nice 7-yard run there by Bobby Reel, setting up third and manageable now for the Knights. Keller under center. Opens up, hands it off. Carter Tate on the reverse. He's hit. Thrown down there by Toddlet Shillman, the two-way athlete today at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be a carry for 0 yards by Tate.
Yeah, kudos to Talda Chillman, who's been both sides of the football like so many of these other White Pines kids, and they're giving it all they got right now. They're still trying to fight to make this game manageable, and it's playing two sides of the ball it's just so much wear and tear. Now Talda Chillman's going to go back and try to return this punt. So just overall impressive no matter how the score is.
I'm going to say right now that those two punt returners there, and Todd Lachilman and Landon Bello, which who I've seen show his skills and speed out in the Sioux Minor League, you don't want to punt it to either of those guys. And it's going to go to Todd Lachilman. Takes off, makes a cutback, and is still up after being hammered. Finally brought down there by, looks like that was Russell Pine and Ashton Neufeld.
We've already seen Talda Chillman return a kick today and break a bunch of tackles and get to the edge. And obviously, that's just better punt coverage there from the Knights. They tightened everything up and stayed in their lanes.
All right, first down for the Wolverines here from their own 25-yard line. All right. Let's see what other trick plays that they've got installed here. I'm actually really excited to see them dial something up, but they're going to come out in that spread look immediately. Corcoran takes the snap, steps back, throws it out to the out route. Good little gain there, caught by DeCosta.
Good throw by Seamus Cochran, putting it right in the chest.
It's going to be a gain of almost 5 there.
I would love to see them do that same spread set from the left side, but then run crossers across to the right side of the field, because right now I'm watching Mary's secondary, and they're all moving to the right side because they know that it's going to be a quick throw to the left side.
Dude, you know, why are these kids, there's just a kid in a backpack who's leaving. What's going on here?
Probably got hockey or something.
Boo, hockey. Snap taken. Throws it over the top, and it's almost intercepted by Neufeld. A little bit of a miscommunication there.
Yeah, that ball didn't come cleanly out of Cochran's hand. Just a little bit of a shaky ball, and good job by Ashton Neufeld to read where that football is going. And like I just said, their whole secondary and their linebackers are starting to shift slowly to the right side when they're coming out of that spread set from the left side. So, I mean, say what you want, but you got to start going over to the right side of the field.
It downfield.
Look they're all shifted.
Drop back again, and he airs it out deep, and it's a second interception of the game for Solomon, who doesn't go as far. Oh my God, I spoke too soon. He's still on his feet. All right, and they finally bring him down.
Solomon doing everything he can to stay on his feet, and another.
And that was Busno with his second tackle of the game on offense, which is nice to see.
That's some Jamar Chase stats.
Yeah, Jamar Chase. It'll be first down from the White Pines 50-yard line for the Wolverines. Or, sorry, for the Knights of the Wolverines 50-yard line. I'm talking all backwards now. It's been a long day.
That happens.
Yep.
Oh, good.
They just keep trying to force the ball deep there, and, you know, the Knights sitting back, just waiting for it to come out. And as you can see, they're definitely cycling their bench in now, which is also good to see, giving some other kids some opportunity to play.
And I love that, right? You got family coming all over to watch the playoffs, and you have an opportunity to put them in the game, and they're doing a good job at rolling everyone right now.
It's a handoff again to Carter Tate, who's run over by number 94, Max Nolan. Goodness, what a hit there.
Max Nolan with the hit stick.
That's a big kid on a little kid, and, you know, that's the risk you run while playing at this level of football. Some guys haven't fully developed into their full ability yet, but good hit there by Max Nolan. Still a good carry by Tate, 6 yards.
Yep, that's just a good football play. Good job by Nolan to wrap up, and good carry by Carter Tate.
And they run the counter here. It's a handoff to number 30, who's making cuts left and right, slips a tackle. Enough for the first down. That's John Anthony Gelinardo. Oh goodness, thank God for Phil.
That's a tongue twister right there.
Yeah, thank God for Phil over there. I was trying to read. I'm not great at that. Nice little 7-yard carry there for Gelinardo.
Gelinardo looked really shifty right there, touching that football. He's already moved up to 100% speed as right as he touched that ball.
Keller opens up. It's a handoff again to Carter Tate, who's hammered a second time by Max Nolan again, who's just got Tate's number.
I don't know if Max Nolan and Tate have a little bit of beef or whatnot, but that's 2 straight hit sticks on him, and good job by Carter Tate bouncing back up each time.
I'm telling you, I think he's just kind of staring at him, waiting for them to hand off the ball.
I like the handoff there too by Keller, really selling it. Because now he's going to play
Keller
action.
now
It's a bootleg.
able to roll out. A little holding flag pops out there, I believe. Another flag on the ground. Maybe several holdings.
Yeah, it's going to come back 10 yards.
Oh, my phone died. That's nice.
I got a charger for you, buddy. I got a charger for you.
I don't know what I did with mine. Oh, it's right here.
Well, you came prepared too.
Oh. Ooh. You know what? I'll just figure it out at halftime.
Long night of football.
Long night of football. One holding penalty for sure. Yeah, they're only going to call it 10 yards, so it'll back them up. And we'll face second and just around 15 here, maybe 14 for the Knights. Oh, now it's turning back on. See, this is interesting. Oh, boy. All right. Keller and the Knights, second down and 14. Rolls out to his right. Has an open receiver. Tosses it. Off the fingertips of Paisley McDonald. Good coverage there by Gage DeVoe.
Keller on the run.
Gage DeVoe.
Wait, hold
Gage
on.
Pine.
Gage Pine. Sorry.
Gage
I'm
DeVoe.
seeing things today, guys. I don't understand here. Okay.
That was a good ball by Keller.
Was a good ball.
Rolling out to his right, and like I said, we've talked about this a lot before, how I much prefer a quarterback rolling to his right if he's a right-handed quarterback.
Oh, 100%.
And he got some good velocity on that and a good spiral. And
As a
put it in
right-handed
decent
quarterback,
spot
I like
for-
rolling out to my right. I'll tell you that for sure.
Pardon me?
As a right-handed quarterback, I enjoy rolling out to my right.
Oh, 100%.
They asked me to roll out to my left, and
It's
not
fun,
happening.
too, to flip your hips and try to deliver a little A-Rod throw over the top, but it's a lot more
but
tricky.
I throw a pick that way. All right, and the Knights go to Kimbuli to the field side. Able to get some good quality yardage there. I don't think it's enough for a first down. Didn't see who had the tackle.
Kambuli, when he touches that football, he's just electric. He is so quick and shifty. And if he gets to the edge, good luck. I mean, we've seen it so many times this year. And, yeah, that was really good blocking, actually, by St. Mary's, getting Kambuli a lane and to the left side of the field there. So making it 4th and about 6. So I still think we're going to get the punt team.
Yeah, the punt team comes out here for St. Mary's, but it's also our 3-minute warning. And we're just going to take this time to talk about the nominees for some of the awards that we give out here in Sioux High School football. So for the most outstanding player award, the Nick Ferris Memorial Trophy, nominated from the St. Mary's Knights here today, number 5, Luke Cady. From the Wolverines, number 6, Seamus Cochran. And from the Colts, Nolan Couder. And from the Steelhawks, Dominic Ryan. For the most outstanding lineman award, the Curtis Grandmont Trophy, Zach Peltier from the Knights here tonight, Amadeo Felice from the Colts, Thomas Riley from the Steelhawks, and Brody Marchand, number 99, here tonight for the Wolverines. You want to do offensive and defensive player, Liam? Or?
Yeah, I'll do offensive and defensive player. Donnie? So for the offensive player of the years, the Russian Family Trophy, we got Adam Provenzano, running back number 7 here for the Knights. We got Caleb Leighton for the Cora Colts, who is terrific as well. You got Eli Clowater, the shifty slot receiver, and plays a little bit of running back for the Steelhawks. And then you also got Landon Bello, who is playing for this White Pine Wolverines team, who is number 8. And then for the defensive side, you got Mason Mizuka, who's number 14, who's kicking this ball right now.
Nice.
And he's going to put a point up on the board. Yep.
It is a rouge, yeah.
Nice kick there for the Defensive Player of the Year nominee. And then we got Martino Cacciamilio, who's terrific at special teams for the Coral Colts, and then plays a little bit of running back as well, getting some defensive praise. And then Ian D'Angelo for the Superior Heights Steelhawks, and then Caden Eder for the White Pines Wolverines.
Speaking of Eder, where has he been tonight?
We have not called his name yet today, and I'm a little bit surprised. I haven't even seen him on the field, though, Donnie. I'm not going to lie.
29. Possibly another one of the injured players for the Wolverines this year. Just unfortunate how many guys have not been able to play for them, but keep your eyes on them. I'm telling you, next year they will come back and shock the world.
You're a big White Pines believer.
I'm a big believer in the underdog. Always. Detroit was that for forever, so I have to be.
I've been super impressed with the Wolverines senior team this year. I think they've been terrific, and I think that is that the game that's next, or is it?
Yeah, the Wolverines and the Colts play next for senior.
That game is not going to be a blowout. I'm calling that right now.
Anything's possible. Yeah, I totally agree that they've got the best quarterback in the league, no question, with what's his name?
Garen Pine.
Garen Pine, that's it, yeah. Garen Pine, definitely the best quarterback in the league. I'll say that, and I'll die on that hill as well. I've had that argument a couple times now. And they've got the best wide receiver core in the league, I believe, as well. They might not have been the most productive this year, but they've definitely shown that they're capable. All right. Just a rush here to number 99, Brody Marchand, who's barreling forward. Takes the whole defense to bring him down.
So we got Brody Marchand labeled here on our depth chart as an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman.
Oh, he is.
And now he's taking snaps under center and just running up the middle.
No, he's not. He's in the gun, which is even crazier. And I'll tell you right now, Brody Marchand, I had the pleasure of coaching him in the Sioux Minor League as well for 1 year. And, he's just an outstanding player, a great kid. And he just does what he's told without having to be asked twice, and he does it all with a smile on his face. He really does just love the game of football. So good to see him getting some opportunity here.
Looks like they're giving Cochran a little bit of a rest.
They just do it again for hopefully more positive yardage. Yeah, you know what? Hey, they might have found a foolproof system. If you average 2.5, oh no, he got back to the line. Oh no, a gain of a yard for Marchand.
Donnie's math isn't very good. Everyone out there.
All right.
But no, I kind of like what they're doing right now. They're running their big man up the middle and just trying to barrel through that St. Mary's defensive line, who's been pretty good so far in this football game. Mixing it up.
They go back to Marchand, who's showing a little bit of nimbleness there. Falls forward for another good gain.
Yeah, this is interesting from White Pines. I don't know if
have him throw the ball. Have him throw it.
The jump pass.
Yes.
A little bit of a jump pass.
Not even a jump pass. I want to see him draw back.
Yeah, it's a little. I'm interested in what they're doing here on offense. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you put points up on the board here. They also get the opening kickoff next half.
Yeah.
Right.
They do. I believe they do receive the opening kickoff. Or no, I think they did receive. No. The Knights are. Oh, I don't remember. No. White Pines received.
Never mind. You're right. I was just thinking about it. So.
All right.
Got to put points up on the board here.
Now I'm upset. They took him out. All right. Corcoran in the gun. Spread to his left. Drops back. It's a screen. Nice tackle there.
They're calling a late hit.
Yeah, they're going to call a late hit on the Knights defense, which he was already on the ground. So good call there by the referees, and that's going to be an automatic first down for the Wolverines.
I don't love that play call. I'm just going to throw that out there.
No, I love it. That's perfect. A screen is an automatic 5 yards, especially if they're playing. Well, they were playing off. If they're in press, man. No,
I like if it's fourth down, you get a short route beyond the sticks. I don't like having to trust guys to make blocks to get up the field when it's on fourth down. I trust my guy to make the catch, and then
I would have cleared out with an under route, whether you run double post with out route from the 3, or you run double corner with an in route from your Z.
Well, nonetheless, it doesn't matter if this play didn't go anywhere. It's going to be 15 yards. So
yeah, it's an automatic first down there for the Wolverines. So good for them. It's going to be a first down.
First and 10, White Pines.
That's why you got to be careful what hit you go try and make. Never know what's going to happen. Don't want to get somebody injured or cost your team yardage like they did there.
Now they're a little bit more spread evenly here. I like that.
Yeah, there we go. Corcoran drops back. He airs it out for Bello, and it's intercepted by Mazuka. Nice play there.
Good strong hands by Mason Mazuka, and obviously we just talked about him being nominated for the Defensive Player of the Year award, and he's making a good case for it right now.
Absolutely going and getting his team an interception there, putting himself on the defensive stats board. It's going to be a first down for the Knights with a minute left here in the half.
The Knights secondary's done a really, really good job tonight, and it's credit to the guys up front as well, getting pressure on Cochran, and unfortunately for him, he's got guys all over in his face, and it's hard to make a throw when you can't really see a receiver. So Knights secondary is doing a good job getting their hands on the football.
Well, you know what, I'll tell you right now that I think that the Wolverines should maybe almost be attacking this in a different way. You know, you're looking at a game now where several backups are in for the St. Mary's Knights, and now I'd be trying all those short yardage gains because the pass rush might not be as quality as it was, and it looks like the Knights are just going to kneel out the half here. But we'll see if, I think Bonifaro's just going to kneel out the half. All right, but it's been a pretty good half of football so far. A little bit of an electric play there from Todd Lachilman. Let's see what the Wolverines can muster up in the second half as they do, unfortunately, kick off. But, you know, they've shown some peaks of bright light here tonight, and I'm sure there's going to be some big halftime adjustments here from both of these teams, and we'll see a really good game when we get back. But, yeah, as the clock runs down there with 5 seconds left.
I'd like White Pines to make this game manageable and maybe even come within a couple scores.
You know, you need to look at the fact that there's really only a 4-touchdown difference there on the board, and it's absolutely manageable for a half of football. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sergeant John Fott Field. I'm Donnie Matthews, joined here by Liam Mears. We'll see you all in 10 minutes.
Well, it's been interesting so far in this first half. I mean, we've seen a couple deep passes, we've seen a couple double reverses, and it's been, for the most part, kind of wild.
Yeah, Liam, it has been a little bit of a crazy game, and St. Mary's just able to take it away here in the first half. But let's see if White Pines can bring something home, and it's going to start here. They're going to need a really big defensive series, but with all these backups in, something's definitely possible. For
sure, and they got to make sure that this is in a good spot so the St. Mary's Knights don't get good field position here to open up the second half. That's the last thing you want if you're a Wolverines player.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all going to start with where they can pin them here in the field. So, and they go with a little pooch kick off the hop, but looks like St. Mary's was ready for it. Jacoy Penny able to jump on the return there.
Good recognition by Penny. A lot of the times you'll get guys just running straight back to get into that blocking position before even seeing where the ball's going. So good heads-up play to fall on that football, and then ultimately setting your offense up with pretty good field position.
Yeah, I used to play center on kick return in high school, and St. Mary's ran a squib kick at us in one game, and they kicked it directly past me. I didn't look at the ball once. I just ran to go block my guy, and I heard about that. All right, but they're going to stick with Keller under center here. Same backs as when we left. First down. Keller takes a snap. It's a pitch. 30 making some leeway, cuts it back, and he's got space. Gallinardo trying to make defenders miss. He's finally run down. That's the punter for the Wolverines. That's Mohamed Shafraz.
Good job by Gallinardo here to reverse fields and create some space for himself, as it looked like White Pines originally actually had some pretty good coverage up on the right side of the field here, and then Gallinardo just flipped it and then got an extra 10 yards. So good opening play there for the Knights.
Yeah, absolutely. Good run there by Gallinardo. Just good field vision to be able to see how open the backside was and take it there for a good, strong gain. All right. First down here for the Knights. Keller under center. Takes the snap, hands it off. It's Gallinardo again, who's got room. He hits it up the middle, tries to cut it outside, but nice tackle. Number 24, James Egoa. That's a name I've been waiting to call all day.
Yeah, that was a good, strong tackle as he drove him into the ground. Just a really nice job by Gallinardo again. Just using his vision. You can see his head. His head's moving constantly, just seeing where the little tiny hole is. He goes right, he goes left, and then ultimately decides to cut back into the middle of the field and does a good job doing so.
Absolutely, and a nice tackle there by Agua. Standout defensive player for the Wolverines. Handoff again to Gallinardo. Just puts his head down and goes up the middle. Bello, and that's 93, Prejent Zach in on the tackle as well. Enough for a first down.
Good gain tackle there by the Wolverines, but if you're Gallinardo there, like we were just praising some of his running, and he's got great vision, but he's got to go hard. He's got to finish his run, and obviously this is something that he's going to find more as he plays more, right? You got to be that guy that's going to put your shoulder down and try to get that extra couple yards.
Absolutely, but Keller under center here, and they go to Carter Tate, who's wrapped up at the line. Good job by the White Pines defensive line to hold St. Mary's to such a nice short gain there.
Yeah, that was
flag came out too, I believe, unless I'm losing my mind.
That was Max Nolan again wrapping him up, and Max Nolan wrapping him up right at the line of scrimmage, and Carter Tate, that's running hard. That's trying to finish your run as he ran right into Max Nolan.
I'll tell you right now, and as much as Gallinardo's undersized back, I like to tell everyone to just, run like Peyton Malchiori, just a short guy he'll put his head down into anybody or, his shoulder. A little bit of a broken play there. Keller trying to make something out of it. Throwing down. That's big 94, Max Nolan, who's had himself a game today. Good job by Keller to try and turn something, nothing into something. But
yeah, we didn't call Max Nolan's name a whole bunch of the first quarter, and then in the second quarter, we seemed to be calling his name every second play. And obviously, he's picking up where he left off, and anytime that ball's on the ground, you can tell he's putting a hand on the runner right away.
Yeah, absolutely, and a little bit of a stellar standout tonight by the defensive line here. 44, Brandon Busnell also making some big plays for the Wolverines. Lots of misdirection here. And they go to 17. Bobby Reel, who's got room to the outside. It's a race to the end zone, but he's tracked down by Bello and Pine.
Good jump cut by Bobby Reel to really get to the edge right there. And then I thought Gage Pine had a chance to wrap him up and make a tackle for probably around the 20-yard line, but he went high, right? And if you're a corner and you're a linebacker and a defensive lineman, anyone on defense, you can't tackle high. You got to wrap up low and drive.
Yeah, absolutely. Or, they're going to give them that couple extra yards, and look at the situation they're in now. You got to wrap up. You can't give them those couple extra yards, or it's going to turn into another 6. They'll take the 35-point lead, and it'll end this game.
Yeah, 100%, Donnie. It's going to be a screen.
And they throw a screen toss out to Paisley McDonald, and she's got blocking, and she's just short of the end zone. She's going to go down on the 1-yard line. Nice catch there by Paisley McDonald.
Oh, man, she almost got it, too. She was churning her legs, trying to fight for that extra yardage, and she is down as probably close as you could possibly be without getting into the end zone. So I wonder if Coach is going to go back and try to get her one here.
I would.
I would 100% too, little reverse or something.
But at the same time, if you're Pine, you got to know what's coming. And look at, there it is again. They go to run the screen, but Keller smartly keeps it and tucks it into the end zone.
I really like
St. Mary's
I
touchdown.
love that they tried to give it back to her, but that's just a really good play by Cohen Keller, realizing that Gage Pine recognized it right away, and if he threw that football, that was going to be picked off, and then it would have been a race between Pine and Keller trying to get back to make a play. So good job holding on to that football, good pump fake, and then getting it in, and now this clock's going to be going to running time here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, like Liam said, just a good play, good recognition to understand that the whole defense's eyes are over here, and now we're going to bring it back this way.
It's just, that was such a good, well-executed drive by Mary's coming out of the half after they got stonewalled a couple times on offense to end the half, and come out and with your backup quarterback and some backup players do a nice job. And shout out to Gallinardo for setting them up with a good couple runs and a good couple explosive plays, and then Paisley McDonald setting them up right in good field position and knocking it home.
Yeah, absolutely. St. Mary's with another productive drive with their number 2s. And, I'll go back to what my coach in college says is, a win is really good for your team, but there's nothing quite like a team win where, everybody on the roster gets to get in the game and put a stat on the board and help bring it home. It's one thing when you sit there and you watch your starters go out and battle and, it's a tough game and you bring it home and you're like, I was there and I was a good supporter and a good teammate, but I'm telling you, as someone who's been a part of one, there's nothing like a big team win where everybody has a say in what goes on and just being able to bring it all home together, right?
Donnie, I called your game against, I believe it was Quinty, and everyone on your team contributed. Your backups were in probably by the second quarter, but it felt like the starters were there and they were all. It was just such a well-oriented team effort for you guys in that win versus Quinty. And I mean, you're right. Like, there's nothing like feeling like as a backup you're contributing and making impactful plays to help ultimately win the football game, right? I mean, you can cheer as much as you want, but it's not like being out there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just good to see everybody have that opportunity to get in and get involved today. And let's see what this kickoff team here can do for the Knights, as I'm sure they're going to boot it deep again and try and pin the Wolverines inside their own 30. Nice little squib kick up the middle, goes off Bello, and it's fielded by Kane Sayers Pine.
Poor Bello, as that just smoked him.
Yeah, I bet you that hurt a little bit, but
the clock isn't running. I don't know why.
That's okay. I mean, that's okay. More football, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm just curious as to why that. But
it's going to be 1st and 10 here for the Wolverines from the 41-yard line. Now, you know what? I'm surprised why they're not using an athlete like James Egwa on offense.
Yeah, no, he's hustling over to the sideline.
I just saw him run off there. Oh, what is... I've seen something like this before.
Just pitch it out right here, and you got a one-on-one.
Oh, and it's blown up. Nice play there by Luke Cady, who's just been able to pick apart a lot on this defense for the Knights tonight. That was a little bit of like Almost like a blockade they had over there, ready to go block for DaCosta.
Luke Cady has done a terrific job tonight with his football IQ. He's really reading plays well, using his eyes as his weapon. And then ultimately, we've seen a couple really, really strong tackles from the corner out of Mary's. So, I mean, White Pines is going deep into the playbook right now, trying to figure out what can cause a little bit of a spark. And, I mean, props to them for doing that, as it's going to be a little curl route here.
Bello finally able to make the catches, shaking tackles. They have to rally to bring him down. And it's the defensive lineman, number 45, Dean McCarthy, who ended up making the play. We do have a player down for the Wolverines, so we'll take 5 and we'll be right back. All right. That was number 4 there, Corbin Lesage, able to walk off under his own power. Good to see. Shows he's not too injured, but you know, hopefully he'll be back in this game tonight.
I mean, White Pines doesn't have the ability to lose anymore, right?
Yeah,
Like
this is true.
Their bench is so short to begin with.
All right, it's a handoff. And that's Bello out of the backfield. Gets a positive gain. He's run down. McCarthy in there again, as well as number 56, Nicholas Cavalier, getting in on that tackle.
I'm surprised that's the first time we've called his name tonight. We called Cavalier's name a lot last week when you were in Windsor. He was terrific, as I believe he had double-digit tackles. I believe he had double-digit tackles. So,
well, Cavalier, another one of those standout football players out of the Sioux Minor League, had a big impact in that. For them this summer. I believe he played for Bonifacio there as well. It's going to set up 4th down here, and looks like they're going to go for it. Corcoran drops back. He airs it out for Bello, who's got room. Oh, and it's in and out of his hands. Bello unable to reel that one in.
What a terrific ball.
That was
by Cochran.
A great ball right in the pocket.
It looks such like a more balanced attack when you have guys going from both directions. And unfortunately for Bello, I mean, like, he'll want that one back 100%.
Yeah,
and we've seen him make catch after catch each game this year. And obviously, I was going to say before the injury timeout, what good concentration he had on the last one as he kind of bobbled it. So maybe it was a little bit of him being in his own head, right? I bobbled the last one, you know, but
yeah,
not going to sugarcoat it. He should have had it, and he'll be the first to tell you, I'm sure. So Seamus Cochran, terrific ball.
Absolutely, a little bit unfortunate that he couldn't reel that one in there. But let's see what St. Mary's is going to make happen here. They have this 1st and 10 from the White Pines 42. It's a handoff to Carter Tate, who's got some room. Not much, though. He's run down by Jackson Klein.
Yeah, that was a little bit of miscommunication there by Gallinardo and Tate as they ran into each other. It looked like Gallinardo almost gave Tate a little bit of a boost into the linebacker for the Wolverines. And I mean, obviously these are I'm not going to say backups, but the second strings, and they're coming in trying to learn spacing, right? Because it's so much easier said than done in practice.
Absolutely. Right, it's a handoff again to Carter Tate, who goes to the outside. He's got room, but he cuts it back. Smart play. And he manages to barrel forward for another good set of yards after the 1st down. And, you know, they teach you that getting north-south is more important than fighting to the sideline for 2 when you know you might get tackled but have a gain of 4.
That was a really nice hard cut there by Carter Tate as he put his foot into the ground and then accelerated quickly. So Good finish to that run right there. It's all Gallinardo and Tate right now for the
Absolutely. It's just it's been them show tonight. Keller here, booting to his left, pressure coming, and he just elects to keep it. A flag does come out in the backfield, but run out of bounds there by DaCosta. We'll see.
they're going to call a hold here.
Yeah.
I believe it's on number 65, Sonny Cadreau, but truthfully, I didn't think it was a hold. I thought number 97, I apologize, and that's Ethan Elliott, and I thought he put his hands off him right as he turned the corner, so the ref obviously felt different. That's going to push him back 10.
Oh, yeah, calling Keller's name over to the sideline. Looks like they might change up the play here, maybe run something special. And there's an unnecessary roughness against White Pines.
So that'll just negate it.
It'll actually net 5 for St. Mary's.
Oh, I forgot it's like that in high school football.
One's a 10-yard
But-
penalty, one's a 15-yard penalty.
All
So
right.
net 5-yard gain for the Knights.
I have a question, Johnny. I never played high school football here. Are the coaches talking into the helmet of?
No, not in this
Okay,
league.
okay.
No. I mean, they might want. I feel like White Pines has it. For some reason, I feel like they have it. I could have sworn maybe Guerin had it, but I don't remember for sure. A little bit of misdirection. Keller just kind of standing in the backfield there.
Talk about nonchalant. Keller
Yeah.
took that snap and started
Yeah,
just
holy
slowly
Cam
creeping
Ward.
back.
Holy Miami Cam Ward.
Yeah, that was
That was
very
funny.
nonchalant.
With the tackle.
I want to watch that back again. Hold on.
Yeah, just walking.
that was entertaining to watch. All right. That's funny, man. Able to almost just turn around and walk backwards. No urgency. Just all right, and it's a handoff to 88. Tries to run through Bello, but he's able to hold on. That's a new number for tonight. That's Nathan Sweeney. Short gain on the play, but good hard run.
That was terrific penetration by Max Nolan for the Wolverines to force Sweeney right to the left side, as initially it looked like he didn't have much room, and good vision by Sweeney to finish that run hard, keep his legs churning.
Number 1, Blake Pellerin also in the game now for the Knights.
We got Millen Glavota over on the far closest side to us as well.
Keller drops back to pass, evades the pressure, tucks it. He's running. Can't get away from Gage Pine. He's running out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. That's the end of the third quarter. And now we'll flip sides, or I believe there actually might be one more play, but we'll see what the refs signal here.
Zylan Dougherty was open in the back of the end zone right there as Keller kind of started rolling out and put his head down before he was able to keep his eyes down the field and see that he was coming open on the right side there. So a missed opportunity for the Knights.
Yeah, you know, I've noticed Keller do that a couple times now tonight when he's faced with pressure or, you know, a little bit of something he doesn't like to see. He just he opts to take the keep instead of trying to force the ball downfield. But nice kick there. It's a 17-yard try, and Watts puts it up, and he's stayed perfect on the night. Number 13. Good from. What did I say that was? 17?
About 17 yards, yeah.
Nice kick there by Watts. Well, as I said, he's been perfect on the night. And that'll be the end of the fourth quarter. The Wolverines now will start without a kick return.
We're just gonna flip the dishes, Ray would say.
Yeah. And now, as we spoke earlier about the good weather, it has now gotten chilly, and I regret saying anything.
Yeah, no, I'm got a little bit of goosebumps on my arms right now. My jacket will be coming on after this game as we got our exciting matchup next.
Yeah, the senior Cora Colts face off against the senior White Pines, 2 of the best passing offenses. Yeah, you heard me say that right. Cora Colts have been putting the ball in the air this year.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see with Brett Koski. I mean, I was watching last game, and they were in the shotgun a fair bit, and normally you see them in that wing T formation, right, where you get Cochamilio and Malcurie right in the back, and then all the sorts of misdirection. But we've seen them go to the air a lot with Koski, and credit to him, he's been terrific. He's been really, really good. He's had Kalen Nels over the middle. He really likes Nels in the middle of the field, and then
Nels is on junior.
Am I tripping?
Yeah.
I'm tripping. I'm so tripping.
Who are you over the middle?
Over the middle.
The tight end?
Yes.
Who's the tight end?
I'll have to get the roster up for you
we don't have the senior roster yet, but first down, Corcoran under center. And there's the flea flicker again. He steps up downfield. Oh, and it's batted, I believe, at the line, or he just threw out of the hit, but they almost made it happen again.
They're actually doing a really good job.
Once again, yeah, Gage
fumbling
Pine
the football or anything.
Wide open again. Man, you know they've been running that in practice all week, and they've just been dying to get it off.
3 people touch the football before it goes back to Cochran.
Ah, shoot, too bad. You know what? The same head coach for both teams, Coach Baz out there making the magic happen. I'm excited to see what he dials up for this evening. And Bello, good hands on that catch, able to reel it in for a White Pines first down.
There we go. Happy that Landon Bello got another opportunity to make a play through the air as he plucked that one out of the air and good strong hands. And then driving forward for a first down. Good ball by Seamus Cochran.
And Bello, one of the premier young receivers for the Wolverines. Expect to see him back next year providing. Too bad he wasn't able to reel that nice sideline fade ball in earlier, as that would have been a nice catch.
Oh, it would have been a great pigeon catch. And, I mean,
you can't have them all.
You got to think about the next play, right?
Yep.
As he did right there.
Yeah, and more of a spread offense here again. And Corcoran steps up. He throws it down the field for Bello, who's able to reel this one in. He breaks one tackle, cuts it back, and is chased down at the 10-yard line. But, oh, my goodness, what a catch by Bello.
There's Nicholas Cavalier, who with tremendous pursuit. And I'm going to say this right now. I was watching Landon Bello that entire time. It was a little in and out, stop and go up top, and he ran a great route. And good ball by Seamus Cochran, giving his receiver a chance to make a play. And then good job going up, high pointing that football, and then bringing it in.
Absolutely. What a play there by Bello. All right, let's see.
Clock is stopped, as I believe we have a timeout here from St. Mary's.
58-yard pitch and catch by the duo.
And we just talked about Landon Bello dropping the one earlier and then getting a little bit of redemption right there.
Yep.
It was a tougher catch. He had a defender right in his face, and good strong hands by Bello.
But actually, believe it or not, oh no, I thought he had the most passing yards. But Chirot, who we have not seen since like the first quarter, is still leading the game in passing yards with 90. Trailed shortly by Corcoran at 75. So first and goal from the 8-yard line. Let's see what the Wolverines are able to make happen. Get some more points on the board here, possibly. I'd bring out Brody Marchand again and have him run the ball.
Just run it 3 times right up the middle.
Well, I don't know about up the middle. Yep, Corcoran breaks a tackle. Sifting back over the middle, still hasn't gone down. Goes down at about the 2-yard line. Good run there by Corcoran, just dodging defenders left and right.
Yeah, that was a nice play just to kind of do a couple swim moves and keep cutting back to the middle of the field to the open area.
Absolutely.
And keeping his head up, and always, like, when you're this tight to the goal line, a lot of guys will just put their head and try to just power through people. But
you're not going to do it. I promise you, you won't win that fight.
No, and Cochran did a good job of slipping through.
Especially as the quarterback. That defense is out there headhunting for anybody coming up the middle. And if they see the quarterback there, they're going to take an even bigger shot at him. So Corcoran again, able to sneak in for the Wolverines touchdown.
I like that play call. 2 design quarterback runs to your most powerful runner on offense, and Seamus Cochran did a good job of, again, not just trying to power through and slip it through.
Spam Q power.
As I imagine they're going for 2.
Yeah, I'd go for 2. Toss it up. Give it to a lineman. Have a lineman declare eligible and throw it at him.
All right, bring in Brody Marchand for a little jump pass.
Oh, do it. Do it.
No, they're going to keep Cochran out there.
Bello in the heavy set. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. It's Q Power the other way. Oh, and he's hit at the line by Cavalier. Well, maybe a short gain on the play.
I talked about this with Ray a couple times when Seamus Cochran has the football and he's running. He is a bigger kid who is powerful when he wants to be. And right there I'm watching that run, and he had a little bit of a hole. And then obviously you had a defender coming downhill, and he kind of slowed up. Didn't try to lower his shoulder and get that extra yardage. So, I mean, nice job by Cavalier, I believe, making that tackle. But just...
Yeah, sometimes you just got to do a little better, especially when your team's down this much to get on the board. But I think everybody kind of knows the Knights have taken away with this one.
Yeah, it's not even just doing better. It's just more of a little attention to detail with the little things, right? And I mean, coaches are still coaching over there. It doesn't matter what the score is on the board, as they're always going to try to nitpick every little thing that they see from over.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe it was Georgia who was in a college football championship game, and their center had fucked up a snap.
That happens.
I apologize for my language. I'm sorry that I slipped up there, but a Georgia center had messed up a snap, and and they got upset about it. And that's the thing, is that coaches look for things like that, and if you mess up with anything, then
I hope your mother's not listening.
No, she's not. Don't worry. And, when you mess up with anything, you need to absolutely be sure that you correct it, as, in football, every snap counts. You never know when the game can change.
Oh, a little pooch kick.
Wolverines trying to recover the ball.
Penny falls on it again. First and 10, St. Mary's.
As I imagine, we're going to see 2 runs or 3 runs, I guess, and
yeah, a couple runs here as we've entered straight time later in this game.
I'm really excited for the senior game. I love watching Cora play.
Yeah, of course. Their offense has been super exciting this year. As I said, they've attacked that passing game a little bit more, and you know what? You love to see it in high school football. Teams attack downfield, and they've definitely done nothing short of that.
Yeah, and then White Pines as well with Garen Pine and DJ Pine are just electric in their own right. So
absolutely.
It's two of the best offenses in the senior football division that I'm super excited to see who ends up scoring more.
Max Nolan making good play there for the Wolverines, backing up the Knights 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, well, if you're a Wolverines coach right now, you know that they're going to run the ball here, and you got to stack the box, and they did a good job right there. And Max Nolan did a good job getting downhill.
2nd down. Keller rolling out to his right. Looks like he's keeping it again. Flag flies in the backfield. Keller using his legs, able to get out of bounds there.
Yeah, good. It's going to be a hold, so it's going to come back. But
yeah, it is going to go against the Knights. Looks like the head ref there trying to have some words with the offensive line.
And that's a great thing about junior football, is that all these kids are learning how to block properly, right? And obviously, if the ref's going to call him, I like that he'll go over and explain what he saw, and explain basically, hey, just don't hold, right? Don't hold on to him. Don't pull the jersey.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, as you said, some kids come into this level of football still with no experience, and you just need to be sure that you don't hold or tug on a defensive player. And of course, like you said, good job on the ref, able to explain that to them. But there's still a lot to learn at this level, and holding's a penalty that only gets tougher to avoid as you go on, as defensive linemen get more athletic, and sometimes, believe it or not, they genuinely just have to hold on.
Keller makes a little bit out of nothing before being.
Nice job there by Keller, trying to
Phil
set over the AC, make a little something out of nothing. And I thought initially when I was watching him, Millen Lavoda, he was looking for him as he. Oh, sorry, I believe that's number. I apologize, that's number 81.
If you're doing player of the game, Max.
All right, first down here for the Knights. Keller drops back, rolls out to his left, still holding the ball, tries to force it downfield, and Pellerin and Kimpuli both go for it. Neither of them able to come down with it.
Looked like a little bit of a Hail Mary late in this football game. And I mean, Pellerin got his hands on it, and Kimbuli tried to high point it, and they both couldn't just bring it in.
Yeah, a little bit of defense from both guys there.
You know what? I like that play if you're Keller, right? Like, I mean, it was 3rd and 20.
Yeah, you got to force the ball downfield.
Try to throw it up. If it gets picked off, it's basically like a punt. So.
All right, and just during this punt here, we're just going to take a moment to hop off the mic for a second. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back after that nice little return there by Landon Davidson. And with just under 3 minutes left in this game, we would like to bring you the player of the game.
You want to do offense or defense?
Well, no, there's no O or D. There's
sorry, I mean,
but
they're both D.
Yeah, yeah, they're both on defense, but which one would you like to announce?
I'll do Mary's. I
Okay.
think Luke Cady, we talked about it just briefly there. And maybe it's not been the most flashy play, but I mentioned his football IQ and him jumping a lot of screen routes. There's a really nice run right here.
Speaking of, oh my gosh, what a run there by number 94, Max Nolan.
And so I'll let you take it away just based off of what we just saw from Max Nolan.
Speaking of, after that nice explosive play there by the fullback, he's going to be the one bringing home player of the game today for the Wolverines. He's had an absolutely outstanding run on the defense. He's got double-digit tackles, and there he is showing his ability on the other side of the ball, hitting hard, running hard, and he just able to turn out a big first down there, and I don't think St. Mary saw it coming.
Well, now he's got double-digit rushing yards.
Yeah. Oh.
There you go. So here he goes again.
And he's just running.
So I love to watch that out of a guy with so much size and power, and he runs like it too. Sometimes you get guys that are a little bit timid of their size in a way, right? Like we call them the gentle giants, and Max Nolan anything but, as unfortunately it looks like he's shaking up right here.
Oh, no, the risk you run when you run your big guys, that a lot of people are going to be going after him too, trying to tackle him hard, and just a little unfortunate to see Max go down there, and we're just going to take a little intermission here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And after Max Nolan there went down for the Wolverines, he's able to get up and make his way back to the handshake line. He's being helped off the field as we speak. But you know, just a great game between the two teams, and they've decided to call it there. St. Mary's coming home with the semifinal win, 46-12, and they will advance to the Junior City Final that will happen next week on Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your support tonight of Sioux High School football, and stay tuned, as in I believe just under an hour, we are going to showcase the senior high school football semifinal between the 1 and 4 White Pines Wolverines and Cora Colts. Thank you for joining me today at Sergeant